Hello, beloved ones. Dr. CeeJay Adams, Dr. Goddess on Love and Life, coming from Baton Rouge, Louisiana today. And I'm thinking and talking today about the concept of judgment. Judgment of judgment, to be exact. I live in a love bubble. I have arranged around me a community full of people who are broad thinkers, who are accepting, who are diverse, and who truly love and love just the concepts that are associated with love. I'm not used to being around aggression. I'm not used to being around people judging people. And yet I hear people say all the time, but CeeJay, that's the real world. You don't live in the real world. You know, I get on my Facebook stream and it's like having church every Sunday. Each morning as I read through post after post after post by my beautiful, amazing friends who are always advocating loving each other and oneness. And I'm so excited to get up and to see who's doing what today, because I know what they're going to be doing is fostering love. In the last few weeks, I've been on the road a lot. I have not been at home in my tribe, in my circle, and I've been experiencing the world in a different way. I've had around me people who are complaining about the world around them because it doesn't fit their paradigms. It doesn't fit the way they want to see life. And I find myself recently wanting to judge their judgments, right? Wanting to judge them for judging others because of the way they look, wanting to judge them for not being loving. And it was raised to me divinely in divine dialogue that my judgment of their judgment is narrow-minded. If I truly want a free world, if I truly want all aspects of diversity to be honored, then believe it or not, I actually have to say their judgment is part of the whole story. I can't limit their right to judge, even if I want a truly free, loving, one world. So how do I deal with judgment if I can't judge it? Well, you know, judgment is energy just like love is energy. And really, if I give something my attention, if I give something my energy, it's going to grow. So someone around me is speaking negatively of another person, and I say, you know, we don't really need to talk that way. We don't need to think that way, or we can think a different way. What I'm really actually doing is giving attention to that judgment. What if instead, every time I experience someone around me in a judgment mode, I chose to, from my mind, send love, send acceptance, send an awareness that that's that person's frame of the world right now. Because you know where judgment comes from? Judgment comes from a hurting heart. Judgment comes from a heart of fear. It comes from a place that says, I am not accepted if I do not fit this set of rules, if I do not fit this paradigm. I will not be accepted if I do not measure up in this way. And so the only way I know I measure up in this paradigm of judgment is to compare myself to someone else and find someone who has not achieved the standard I have. So basically what I'm saying is I have to find someone who's lower than I am so that I can feel higher. That's fear-based, right? It says that I have to find my place of value in the world. instead of knowing just intrinsically that I am love, I am value, I am acceptance. I was writing a story today and remembering a friend who was wearing a band on his arm that said, "Remember your value." And I jokingly asked him that day, "Do you know your value?" And of course he said, "I do," and absolutely he did. Do you know your value? And who sets it? Is it set by a list of rules? Is it set by accreditation, right? People ask me all the time where I got my degree and if it's accredited, and my smart aleck response is always, accredited by whom? Right? Because whoever sets accreditation is another set of humanoids setting a standard and measuring us against it. I saw today someone posted about not being considered a valid coach because they weren't accredited, not being considered a healer because they weren't in an accredited program. And I thought, wow, somewhere along the line, we created the acceptable and not acceptable standards. And where did they come from? Especially when it comes from the measurement of you as a being. What makes a good mother? What makes a good father? What makes a good human? The measure is different. And if I judge you for judging others, then what I really have said is that your judgment, your fear, your rules, your measures are invalid. So therefore, I make you lesser. Anything that I do that makes you lesser is not love, right? So today, I'm remembering not to judge judgment. I'm remembering to love those who judge, including myself. I'm loving myself and forgiving myself for judging me, for judging my thoughts, for judging my judgments. Because really what I'm saying is, every judgment that I don't love, I resist. And when we're in resistance, we can't allow the flow of love. So today, my friends, my loved ones, my beloveds, don't judge your judgments. Don't judge other people's judgments. Allow the flow of love. Give energy to those things that bless you. And don't give energy to those things that don't. If someone finds you unacceptable according to their measures, that's okay. Find someone who will find you acceptable. If you don't find another person acceptable, maybe you want to consider where your list of standards came from. Because I can guarantee one thing. We are all love. We are all part of the continuum of this amazing, magnificent universe that we're creating together. And we are creating it together. I accept you. I love you exactly as you are. And in this moment, I'm learning to accept myself exactly as I am, without judgment. And without judgment of my judgments, without judgment of your judgments. I invite you to explore the idea as well. Celebrate your magnificence today. Get out there and shine your glory. And remember, above all else, we truly are one. I love you.